Hey friends, I'm so excited. I got the iPad Pro and Apple Pencil just a few weeks ago when I was in Hawaii. As you know, on social, I've been posting different quotes and things that I've been doing on it, and a lot of you have said that you wanted to see a video. So here it is. I'm just gonna give you an overview of what I love about this iPad Pro and my first impressions because I've only had it for a couple of weeks. The main reason I got it was while I was in Hawaii, a girl named Joy had it and she created this card using the iPad Pro. She showed me how to use the app Procreate and she let me try it with her pencil and a few brushes that she downloaded for free, and so I really felt inspired to get one of these, and I'm so glad I did it. So you may feel enabled, but I wanted to show you what I love about it and how I created this quote. This is the iPad Pro. It is the largest one, and I've also got the keyboard cover for it. And I decided to go with, I believe, the biggest size because I hate running out of memory. And they didn't have the gold one that I wanted, but now I realize it doesn't really matter. I guess the front border would have been white, but I'm perfectly happy with the way it is now. And I've got the Procreate app right here, so I'm just gonna hit it and open it up. And as you can see here, I've gotten a lot more in as far as experience goes using the Procreate app since I filmed the intro, but I'm going to go ahead and show you one of my favorite things that I like to do, which is create these brush lettered, well, I think it's brush lettered. The first one that I did was this one, I Love Weekends, and it was just really me playing with the brushes that I had downloaded, and I can link those below. I don't know if they are actually available anymore, but I've imported some brushes here, and the one that I really love using the best is the Pigeon Letters brush pen. And then I went ahead and made a copy and tried to make some adjustments to it, but I would say that this one is my favorite, and I also like the Mono Pigeon as well. So I'm just going to show you how I created one of the favorite things that I like to do, which is do this quote on top of a background that's kind of splattered like this. So I don't know what to call this technique, but I think that it's been really fun to see this come together because I can have somebody else design the background and then I can go in and do the scripting on top of it. So let's start off with a new canvas, and I'll just choose screen size. I just hit the plus sign up here and then hit screen size. And what I'll do is, this is where the color picker is. After Jack has seen me use this quite a few times actually, he's pretty good at it himself. I like using the spray paints, so let's just play around with the medium nozzle first. And I've picked out some colors here that I like to stick with. So it might be fun to do this sometime live, and that way you can help contribute and decide what's going to be on the canvas. So I'm just going to choose this teal color here, and then you can click out. And then I like to just add some splatters like this, or you can kind of drag and add splatters too. The idea that I tell people who I collaborate with is that you want to fill up the background basically so that you can't see any white. So you can just choose different colors here. Go. So basically you're just playing around. I think that this is a very therapeutic process too. There's no wrong way to do it. You can even have your kids do it. You can have somebody else participate. And then you could, if you don't like it, doesn't matter, you can just start a new one. That's what's so nice about this whole iPad here, is that it allows for you to try different things without feeling like you're, you know, wasting paper or wasting paint. Okay, so it looks like a very blue theme we have going on. Just gonna continue with it. And then another thing you can do is you can increase and decrease the size of your brush here on the left side. So if I want to make them smaller, you can see that they're a bit tinier there. And you can also increase and decrease the opacity on this side as well. There are tons of great videos on YouTube that I've discovered, but I find that the best way to learn, honestly, is just to play around. You can watch the YouTube videos for different techniques and definitely gain ideas, but until you actually do it, at least this is the way I learn, is I don't really figure it out until I actually do it myself. So that's a little too small for me. Let's see. Okay, one more brush that I like to use here is this Flicks. So then what we can do is add some pink flicks throughout. And maybe some blue ones too. And then you can do this for as long as you'd like. The more kind of variety you can get in smaller spaces, the better I think the results are, because it depends on what quote you're actually writing, but you won't be able to see all the detail. So you just want to get enough coverage here. And I'm going to do some yellow splatters. Maybe just a little bit more pink. I think that adds some fun to it. So a whimsical little mix. Okay, so once you decide that you're in a good spot for the coverage, you can go here, and this is the layers, the two little pages right here, and you press the plus sign to indicate a new layer, which we will be working with this one. I like to do a white on top. So I selected white here, and what you do is you just simply flick it like this and it covers the page, which is awesome. Then what you do is take the eraser tool, which is right here. You can change this to any kind of brush you want, but we want to make sure that it's the imported Pigeon Letters brush pen that I like. As I said, you can definitely use any of the ones here, but I think that this one looks really good with my style of writing, and it's the one that I'm most comfortable with right now. So I don't know why I said right now like that, but anyway. All right, so we've got our canvas here, and we've got our eraser selected. So I probably should have had a quote selected too. Let's try this really cool one from Brene Brown. Okay. Oh, that's a little too big. So I'll just go back here and I'll adjust it so it's a little bit lower, so it's not as thick, and then you can see that I made that little dot there. So I'm just gonna go back. And you can also do a 2-finger tap to erase, but I just use this back arrow button usually. Just a little bit too thin. Okay. Takes a minute to find your happy medium. See, I don't like when the E is closed like that, so I'm gonna start again. And I'm trying to go more pressure on the downstrokes and a little bit lighter on the upstrokes. Oops. So it takes a while to get used to, and I'm at a strange angle right now because I'm recording this for the first time, but usually I have it a little bit more, slightly angled differently basically. Let me adjust a little bit. I'm learning here. If you all have any tips, I hope you like seeing this kind of stuff. So thicker on the downstrokes and thinner on the upstrokes. I just like the contrast of the thicks and the thins. And every time I write my letters, they look different. Like obviously you can see the Y here is different than the Y here. The E's are slightly different. I don't mind that variation. I actually try to embrace it. And I think you should too, unless you are a perfectionist. And in that case, I still think you should embrace the varying ways you write. I always admire those people who can write consistently every time. Oh, see, look, it's the way I share. I forgot the word my. I wrote with. Share my. I love seeing the reveal of the dots and the splatters in the background. I think that's really fun. Oops, I'm probably not going to have enough room for that. There. So it looks pretty good. I am happy with the spacing. I mean, you know, generally speaking, it just took a few minutes to do. And then what I would do is I could adjust it and change it and crop it a little bit, but I think I'm just going to leave it as this. And I think it'll look really cool printed out actually. So why don't we do this? This is how I save it. So it automatically actually saves in Procreate. If you just hit gallery, this is all the stuff that has been saved. But if you wanted to name it, what you could do is go here and name Brene quote. And then what I'll do is go back to it. And what I like about it is that you can actually save it directly. You can share the artwork. I don't have my Wi-Fi turned on because I don't want notifications popping up. But what I'll do is I'll choose a format, which is a JPEG. And then I could actually airdrop it to my cell phone or email it or message it or anything like that. But instead I'm just going to save this image onto my iPad. And if I exit out of here and go into photos, you can see that it is right here. So there you go. So this is an easy and fun way to create a very unique quote with the Procreate app. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this process. If you do meet me in person and you want to do this together, it's one of my favorite things. You create the background, choose the quote or word, and then we will collaborate and do something fun. Let me know in the comments below what quote or word or anything you want me to script for the next one of these. I think I'm going to make a little mini series of iPad tutorials. If there's also anything else that you want to know about, let me know in the comments and I'll try to see if I can share a little bit more insight with you on, you know, what you can do with your iPad Pro and the Procreate app and just have some fun with it. I have an idea. Let's make this a free download, which you can grab the link in the description box below, and please share it. If you do on social media, be sure to tag me and also hashtag Tangerine so I can see it. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I hope you enjoyed seeing this come together, and I hope you feel inspired to keep those creative juices flowing. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.